Let's start with the simplest way of producing a pattern, which is just to draw one in. I'm going to follow along with the assignment to produce a 2" by 2" pattern at 150 pixels per inch. So I'm just going to go File, New. And I'll make some inches here. It'll be 2 by 2 and 150. RGB color, 8-bit, white background. Let's roll. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Well, there are a few ways. I'm just going to show a quick example of doing a little painting, because why not? I'm going to use the mouse though, because I don't want you guys thinking, oh no, if I don't have a pen, there's no way for me to do this. It's like, that's not true. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and increase the size of this. I'll just draw a little mouse. Wait, no, draw a little bit with my mouse. But before I do, let's get into the layer. We're going to pop over to the spacing, and I'm going to crank that spacing down even more. There we go. And I'm going to turn on the smoothing and increase the smoothing considerably since I'm working with the mouse. And I'm just going to make a line. Okay, I'm kind of reaching the edges. So what do I want to do? I want to use Filter, Other, Offset, and push this around. Filter, Other, Offset. And start with this at 0 just so I can see what I'm doing. Move it kind of to the center. Let's have it pop around. Okay, and let's actually slide it over a little bit. Oh, perfect. Tell it OK. Use an eraser. You know what? Let's zoom in. All right. Lasso tool. Make a nice little curve. Come in and erase. Deselect. A little too much erasure. So what I'm going to do is close this little window. Pop up in my history. Grab the history brush, which will undo back to a point. And I'm going to set that point to the eraser. So that will undo the... Oh, I need to go back one more. Undo the eraser so I can just fix that little blip that I made. Perfect. Now I'm going to grab the lasso tool again, come in, and then erase. And a little too much, so I'm going to grab the history brush again and paint that back in. Okay, good. Let's grab the brush. I'm going to make a little bit there. Whoops. And make a little bit there. Okay, shall we add some little flowery bits to this? I think that might be fun. Let's grab the brush. Get a good color. And yeah, let's do this. Like flip the colors. Let's do some petals. I'll just make them kind of pink. And X. Boom. I like that. Okay, and then let's make another one, a little lighter. X. And you know what? Instead of just filling that with pure yellow, I'm going to grab the elliptical marquee tool, and I'm going to give this a little bit of perspective. There we go. All right, let's add some more flowers. So I'm going to go to Filter, Other, Offset. Tell it OK. I've got some more space to work with. Let's add some pretty blue ones. Then again with the marquee tool, just to make it more of an oval. And grab my brush. Deselect. There we go. And let's do a slightly darker one. Let's actually use the marquee tool entirely for this. Alt-Delete. 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 And then brush, Alt-Click to get that yellow, fill that in. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's get this last one up here. And let's lighten it up a little bit. Again, use the marquee tool. Alt delete, Alt delete, Alt delete, Alt delete, Alt delete, brush, boom. All right, so we'll call this Vine. Save that since it's going pretty well. We'll make another vine in the background. So I will go ahead and make a new layer. And actually, before we do, I'm going to control click on this, and I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to fill this with maybe a blue. And I'm going to set this new layer to multiply. So it's darkening everything. I'm going to mask it out entirely. Control I because I forgot to hold down Alt. And I'm going to come in with a brush. And I'm just going to add in some shadows. On the vine. I think I'll leave the flowers alone. And over here, I'm going to filter offset, but now I have to offset both of these. Let me show you what I mean. So filter, other, offset. See how it dropped down, but it only did one of them. Not a problem. If I go up to filter, I can offset this layer as well by the same amount without having to go back to the dialog, because the last thing I did was filter other offset, so we'll remember everything. Let's come in and brush. And again, right there. And push that out. There we go. Okay. And flip it around. And brush. And flip it around. Whoops, too much. Beautiful. Whoops. Actually, let's just use the wand here. There we go. Fill. There we go. Get that edge. Here we are. Get that right there. Okay, and over here, oops. Wrong one. Oops, too much. All right. Go. Now notice this line, that's because something didn't quite match up when I did the initial brushing. So let me do that real quick. Which means just painting in here. Well, it's a little more complicated. Set this to normal real fast. Normal real fast. There we go. Brush, Alt click, click, erase. There we go. And now, whoops, set it back to multiply. There it is. Yeah, I know there's a problem. I'm trying to zoom. There we go. All right. This is looking pretty good. Missing a little spot over there. So let's do a filter offset and repeat that offset over here. Again, since I'm not going to filter other offset, it's just doing it by whatever my last settings were. Where is that edge? I thought I saw an edge that needed to be done, but no, maybe not. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to merge this down. And I think it's time for one more vine. Make new layer, get a brush. We'll make this a slightly lighter one. Brush. And we'll just make another vine kind of plant thing. Oops. So I don't know if these 2 points line up. Probably not. Let's find out. Filter, other, offset. Not in the least. Okay, okay. Let's erase a whole lot. And we'll connect these 2 points. Brush. There we go. All right. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit and have some smaller vines coming off, or whatever these are. All right. And let's add some flowery bits again. We'll make this a little bit lighter. And again, this is a long assignment. This takes some time. So make sure that you put aside some time on this. It can easily become a 9-hour long assignment if you really want these to look nice. Filter, other, offset. Okay. This is just a simple example. And we'll use a lighter yellow for this one. And we'll offset again so I can get that last flower. Okay, and maybe some little blue things. Over here. There we go. And maybe here. And I'm going to put this under the other one. And I'm going to position it a little bit better with filter, other, offset. Where would be good? Oh, that looks pretty good. I don't like this dot right here. Okay, save. All right, we got a pattern. Let's maybe give it, do we want this transparent? I think a background color. Let's just make it light orange maybe. There we go. Okay, we've got a pattern. Let's go image, edit, define pattern. Okay, and now I'll just make a new document real quick, and I'll make this much larger just so I can test my pattern. 10 by 10 at 150 pixels per inch. And I'm just going to go to the adjustment layer, go to pattern, and look, we got a pattern. And that's it. That's all there is to it. In this case, I might do another one coming through because this is like obviously repeating. It would be nice if these didn't line up quite the same way. But otherwise, it's about as easy as that, or it can be. We're going to up the game on the next one. We're going to make a pattern out of a textured image, and so this can be tricky. The main thing is that we're not going to concern ourselves next up with whether or not it looks exactly like the starting image. That's even harder. Okay, I'll show you what I mean next video. See you in a minute.